Hello, and welcome. This is going to be a really, unprofessional video. I don't have bullet points. I'm just gonna talk to the camera. In fact, I don't even know if I'm gonna play an intro on this video. I stand corrected. Anyway, in case you can't tell, I'm in a new filming location again. I think this is the one I'm gonna stick with. I used this filming location in an Isaac Entertains video 2 nights ago, and I like it. Theo liked it. I think this is what we're gonna go with, because the location downstairs, there's a really high ceiling in there, so it was kind of echoey. So I think we're gonna stick with here. Obviously, downside is the glare of my window and my glasses, but you know what? That's fine. Speaking of glasses, I got new glasses because I broke my old one. Oh, they've already got smudged. Hang on. Okay, I've cleaned them now. I've gotten new glasses. They look pretty much identical to the old ones. But yeah, because of that, because my prescription's a little different, they have made me excessively dizzy, like trying to get used to the new prescriptions. But I am, as the Discord would like to say, married to the grind. So YouTube waits for no man. So let's just get into today's video. Hey, before you get into today's video, it should be noted I am feeling better now, which is good, which we love that. But I just wanted to warn you that this video really has filming with my hand. This video really has like no purpose, really. It's more just me talking about Sandersides for like 15 minutes, probably 10, probably, once I cut out a bunch of stuff. I'm barely into editing currently, but yeah. So just complete fair warning, this video doesn't really have like a grand purpose, but I still think it'd be entertaining to watch. Just, you know, watch me just slowly deteriorate as I discuss Sandersides. Although it should be warned, later in the video you can tell I've gotten really loopy because I'm just repeating the same things over and over and over again. So I'll do my best to cut out as many of those as possible. But yeah, I may bring up the same, topic, 3 times. Good luck. Again, no real plan for this. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but let's start off with just, you know, forming a bond. Let's have a conversation here. How many of you in the audience right now, all of you, how many of you have heard of Thomas Sanders? Come on, raise your hand. Put it up. So either very few of you have heard of Thomas Sanders, which I find extremely unlikely, or none of you are participating. But that's fine. We're just gonna move on. Thomas Sanders was popular on Vine, still fairly popular today. I assume on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but that's not what we're talking about today. He has a YouTube channel, and on that YouTube channel, he has a series called Sandersides, and that's what I want to focus on today. So I've watched quite a bit of Sandersides. I've watched every video. Here, I'm gonna scoot forward a bit. I feel so far away from you guys. Come on, gotta form that bond. I have watched not a few of the Sandersides. I've watched all of the Sandersides videos. And if you don't know what Sandersides is, Thomas Sanders took his, characters from his vines and basically made them represent different parts of his personality. And then he would just talk to them. That was the whole concept. Thomas Sanders split his personality up into a bunch of different sides, as they're called, and he would just have conversations with them about just personal problems. Let me go grab my computer so I can pull up the playlist. Playlist secured. So, started off as only about 5 to 10 minute videos, just about stuff like talking about the mind versus the heart, the loss of motivation, stuff like that. Just discussions of things that were troubling Thomas Sanders, and kind of this was his way of putting that out there. He just talked to him, different characters, himself dressed in different outfits, which you know, that's fine in concept. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the initial ones because they're just fun videos. There's one where all of the sides are taking the forms of his friends, and it's a fun video because his friends are just playing all these different characters. I like it. So the sides, so that we know who I'm talking about here. The four main ones are Roman, Thomas's creativity, Virgil, Thomas's anxiety, Patton, Thomas's mortality, morality, not mortality, morality. That makes much more sense. Sense of good and bad. And then the last one is Logan, Thomas's logic. There are others, and we'll get to those. But yeah, so the videos were just, he'd pick some of these characters, they'd have conversations. By the end, the conflict would usually be solved. Lovely time, right? It was great, okay? But here's the thing with these videos, they kind of had like a slight overarching story to begin with. Keep in mind, they were only like 5 and 10 minutes long, so they weren't major, but like the kind of overarching story was he was trying to like kind of connect with these parts of himself, and to represent him like connecting with these parts of himself, they would tell him their names. So like it was a big deal when, like, say Roman told, I don't remember which one told him their name first, but one of them told him their name was like Roman, his creativity. He'd always just referred to him as creativity, and that kind of represented Thomas like understanding his creativity. So, you know, it's a fun idea. It's a fun idea. There's nothing wrong with YouTube channels having overarching stories. Not that I can really think of a good example of a YouTube channel with an overarching story, but there's nothing wrong with that. But here is where, I don't want to say the kicker. We're closer to the present. He started doing much longer Sandersides, like 30 to 40 minute long videos. And that's fine. Again, they introduced the concept of dark sides, which are Remus, and Janus. Janus represents lies. I'm sure there's something fancier than lies. And Remus represents intrusive thoughts, or like the other half of creativity. And again, fun concepts. He's done cool stuff with them, obviously. It still leads to like interesting conversations. But here's the thing. It's starting to become more of a story. It's starting to become more overarching, more like there's definitely lore, and there are people who make theories about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with any of the things I am describing right now. Here's the whole reason I wanted to make this video, and I'm gonna need to put this computer down. The real reason I wanted to make this video was to discuss in the most recent Sandersides. It was an animated video because they couldn't film IRL. That's fine, that makes sense, I get it. But in it, Thomas Sanders confirms, kinda, he doesn't leave it much up to the imagination, like hearts are on screen. He confirms that 2 of the sides have some sort of romantic interest, which people have shipped them before. And if you've seen it's kind of my video. I did a video on shipping, the files got corrupted, so Theo redid the video with what I was saying. So it's kind of my video, it's kind of Theo's video. Go watch it, iCard in one of these corners. Yeah, but I said in that video I didn't like this concept because it's weird. And I still stand by that and wanted to talk about that in this video because I didn't get a chance to talk about it in that video. The concept of shipping the same person with the same person is weird. Not even the same person with the same person, because like that's like one cest and that's weird on its own. But like the concept of shipping a part of yourself with another part of yourself, like half of you is attracted to the other half of you, that's weird. That's weird, right? I'm not the only one who thinks that's very odd, right? So part of, I think, what makes this weird is it's made clear within Sanderside's lore, if that's what you want to call it, that the sides, none of the sides are a person. None of them are a complete personality. They are all just parts, they are all just facets of Thomas Sanders. And thus, you don't have 2 complete people. Also, the 2 characters are like awful to each other. It's creativity and anxiety. So like throughout the entire series, they have like a constant like rivalry because anxiety is constantly like holding back creativity, which makes sense, fits the idea of the series. But just don't get it, how you can suddenly ship these two. I don't get shipping in general. I don't get the whole, like, culture behind it, but I especially don't get ships like this. The idea of these two characters who also don't exist. Canonically, like, it's not like the sides exist. Canonically, they are just figments of his imagination. They reference the fact that this man is just standing in a room talking to himself in the series. So two fictional characters, canonically fictional, within that don't have complete personalities, are being, like, romantically, like, forced together. And it's just so bizarre because I don't feel like it fits, like, Thomas Sanders' original, like, what Sanders Side was. It was like an outlet, kinda, for, like, just him to deal with his problems and other people to watch these videos and deal with their own. And I've seen a lot of people talking about how these videos have helped them, so that's really good. But I feel like it's going to lose some of that energy, some of that, like, it's not going to be as relatable if you start adding, like, lore elements and stuff like that, especially this weird ship. An overarching story isn't bad, but it's gone so in-depth now. They're hinting at other sides possibly existing within Thomas, which I guess the idea of parts of you don't know about kind of makes sense. I'm interested to see where they go with that, but I feel like it's become a very fan servicey kind of series, which is upsetting because I really enjoyed the earlier Sanders Sides where the videos were just fun. They were just funny videos where, oh look, in this one they're puppets and they're singing. That's great. Rather than, oh look, in this one there's also singing, but also it's about lies and there's a courtroom now, and it's so weird. It's so wild. It's so, and nothing else about the new ones has really upset me. Like, the concept of a 40-minute episode going into these deep, like, psychological things is fine. It's fine. Like, you need that much time to explore these concepts, and I feel like he does it fairly well in a fairly easy way to understand. Thomas Sanders is a good creator, but I feel like he's being forced into this box where he has to do lore, where he has to, like, have this ongoing story, where he has to, like, have his characters get together, and it's really weird. So I've talked to Theo about this a lot, obviously, because me and Theo talk a lot just about fandom stuff, and I remember watching that new episode, the most recent one. I don't remember what it's called, I can look. Flirting with Social Anxiety. That's what it's called. That's what it's called, because Creativity wants to go, like, flirt with this cute boy Thomas sees, and Anxiety doesn't want to. You know, it's actually very similar to some of the older concepts, rather than, like, these deep psychological things. It's like, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting back in just fun little, like, everyday concepts. But it turns out it was all set up, because at the end, when Thomas goes to flirt with this boy, Roman, like, looks over to Virgil, and, like, little hearts appear as they make eye contact. I'm like, no. No, and I kind of, from a storytelling perspective, I guess, because it's like, it's a very weird enemies to lovers arc, I guess. But still, the concept of, because they are parts of him. They are parts of, so that means part of you is romantically attracted to another part. That's weird. That's weird. I think part of my problem, like I've said multiple times, I know this video is just a ramble, but I don't think this was what Sanders Sides was supposed to be. I think I could totally see him wanting it to eventually become a more, like, theatrical thing, like it has. I get that, but I don't think he like, initially planned to have, like, a bunch of, like, lore concepts. Like, that's weird, but you have to kind of feed the fandom you control. I get control. That is an awful word. You don't control your fandom. Some people do. Like, you kind of have to give the fandom generally what they want, even if it kind of takes away from... I've done a video on fan service and why it's bad, but yeah, I just rambled about Thomas Sanders for 15 minutes. This video really has no point. This video is more just me literally just rambling. In fact, I'm probably going to film a warning to put at the beginning of the video saying, hey, just FYI, this is literally just an outlet for me to just ramble about that. It's almost like just using YouTube as an outlet for things is fine, and you don't have to take it to an extreme level. That's the moral of this video. Using YouTube as an outlet is fine, and you don't have to have lore. Like look at Dimension Bros. We don't have lore, and we're doing fine. I'm gonna go now. I don't feel good. This was just, like I said, just kind of a venting rant. I hope you guys enjoyed. I wanted to just do a more relaxed video this week because I've been working very hard on the video that will be next week. Next week is probably one of the videos I have been the most excited to make. I am thrilled to make next week's video. But yeah, I just want to use this video as kind of just a chance for me to talk about Sandersides.